Hello, everybody. Okay, we are going to talk about retelling with details. So, yesterday we talked about what key details are. We know that they're characters, the setting, and the events in a story. Today we're going to talk more about retelling with those key details. So, retelling just means telling the story again. You have done this in kindergarten before, so this is not new to you. What this says, it says tell the story from the beginning to the end, focusing on the most important parts. That's key details, the most important parts. Okay? So we're going to retell the story today. We're going to retell with the key details. What I'd like you to do is get out your notebook, your composition book, and open to the next blank page. And we are going to retell the steps to get a monster to go to bed. So we're going to need to go back to our book. I'm going to skip the first few pages when it's just the little girl talking. We're going to go right to the steps. The steps would be the most important part of the story. Steps to get your monster to go to bed. Okay, here we are. Step 1. Okay, let's take a look at the picture. Step 1 says, pour your monster a nice big glass of calming, crunchy, cozy, bug-juiced, slimed with ooey gooey snail trails. No monster can resist this, and maybe you can't either. Okay, so what is step 1? Step 1 is to make this bug juice, we'll call it, right? So step 1, we're all gonna write that on our paper. Step 1. I'm gonna write it on my first line right here. Step 1. And I'm gonna put 2 little dots right there. That means that we're gonna say something after it. So step 1, and after that, we're going to say bug juice. Okay. Step 1 is to give or make the bug juice. Make it and give it to your monster. Okay. Let's see what the next step is. Step 2. Oh, what is step 2? The ice bath, right? Step 2 is to give your monster an ice bath and wash him with mud soap. So let's get our notebook back. Step 2, I'm going to write it on the next line. Step 2, I will write ice bath. All right, pause the video so you can write that, and then you can press play when you're ready. Let's do step 3. What is step 3? If you look at the picture, step 3 is brushing and flossing the teeth, right? So step 3. Step 3, I'll write brush and floss. Brush and floss. Okay, I know you're going to need a minute to write, so pause and come back when you're ready. Here's step 4. What is step 4? Step 4 is to get all your monster stuffed animals, right? And put them, I guess, in your parents' bed. I think that's what they did, right? Put all the other monsters in your parents' bed. Well, it says help your monster find his favorite squishy, squashy, can't go to bed without it toy. So let's just say that step 4 we'll say step 4 is monster toy. They have to find their favorite monster toy. And then the rest go where? In the parents' bedroom. Good job. I'm going to move on to step 5, so pause if you're not ready. Step 5, what is the next step? Step 5 is to read a story. All right, step 5. Read a book. Not just read a book, but read it to your monster, right? Step 5, read a book to your monster. And we have one more step. Step 6. Step 6 is to sing in a screechy voice, right? To sing to your monster. And those are all the steps. So let me repeat the steps one more time. Step 1 is bug juice, then ice bath, then brush and floss your monster's teeth, then get the monster toy, then read a book to your monster, then you'll sing to your monster. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. Here it is. Yep. These are called retelling bookmarks. You only really need one. If you want to use the bookmarks for a book, you're welcome to cut out all 3 and just keep them as a bookmark. For this activity, you only need one of these bookmarks. So grab some scissors and your bookmark paper and cut it out and come back when you're ready. Okay, so I've only cut out one of the bookmarks here so that I can use it for my activity. But like I said, if you want to cut out the other 2 bookmarks and just have them for bookmarks to use them, you can do that. I'm going to set this to the side. So we're going to retell our story. I'm actually going to open this back up to my steps that I wrote down. I'm going to model for you how to retell this story. And then I want you to go back and do it on your own, either out loud to yourself, or even better, if you have a grown-up or a sibling, a brother or sister, or a friend somewhere nearby that you could read or that you could retell to somebody else if you can. But if you can't, you're just going to retell to yourself. First, let me show you how to do it. So retelling bookmarks. These pictures are going to tell you the things that you need to retell. So first, you'll retell the characters. Next, you'll retell the setting. Last, you'll retell the events of the story. Okay, so here's how it might sound. In the story, If Your Monster Won't Go to Bed, the characters are the little girl and the monster. The setting is at the little girl's house. They spend a lot of time in her bedroom. The events are, first, make bug juice for your monster. Second, give your monster an ice bath. Third, brush and floss your monster's teeth. Fourth, find your monster's monster toy and put the other monster toys in your parents' bed. Step 5 is to read your monster a story. And finally, step 6 is to sing to your monster. And after all of those things, your monster should have fell asleep. And that's how you retell the story. All right, so pause the video, go retell the story to somebody or retell it to yourself out loud using this bookmark to help you remember what you need to retell. Then come back for vocabulary. Okie doke. Last but not least is vocabulary. Let me go into the book. The first word we're going to talk about is the word massive. So let me read to you the page that has massive. I'll just read the sentence it says. We all know what happens when a monster doesn't get enough sleep. Massive monster tantrums. Massive monster tantrums. What do you think that word massive means? Pause the video and take a guess at what you think that word massive could mean. Okay? The word massive means very large and heavy. So this elephant is massive. Can you think of something else that's very large and heavy? Pause the video while you think of one more thing that is massive. Good. Okay. Something that I think of that's massive is the ocean. The ocean is huge, right? It's massive. It's very large, and believe it or not, when you put water in like a container, it gets heavy very fast. So the ocean actually is heavy if you had to pick up all the water at the same time. Okay, so there's massive, very large and heavy. The other word I want to talk about is the word shiver. So on this page it says, give your monster an ice cold, shiver-inducing bath to relax him. Okay, so the word shiver means to shake. It says shiver, to shake slightly because you are cold. Or sometimes you could shiver because you're afraid too. Okay, we don't shiver quite often here in Florida because that we're cold, because it's so warm here almost all the time. Okay, in the winter, you might shiver a little if you go out early in the morning and it's really cold out. Shiver means to shake. Okay? All right. That is it. You guys did excellent today. I will see you later. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.